thank those who follow us, our viewers from where they are. I greet them. So this is a very good, moment, because we are talking about the Constitution. You know, simple laws that we can have in the country. We're talking about the Constitutions as the ground law in our country. It's the first law that constitutes the country. So it's a very good moment because the period that we're passing. We're going through a war in the east part of Congo. Difficulties, okay, people, all the difficulties that we're facing in the country. Changing the constitution, okay, or amending the constitution could solve the problem that we have. This is the first.
How do you think changing of the constitution might solve the problem?
Yeah, I can exemplify. Let's take the example of the president of our country. Sometimes we only, complain about, okay, when things are not working, in the good way in our country, we only say that Tshisekedi has done this, Tshisekedi has done this. That's bad. As long as he's not the one who is ruling the country, because, let me break it down. Normally speaking, is the prime minister, the one who define or apply the policy of the country. It's not the president. Normally, we should be blaming the prime minister instead of blaming the president. This is the first element. So, see, if today they amend the constitution, I think that we could at that time, have our rights to claim about our rights, pointing the president. Okay, this is the first.
But let me keep you for a moment.
Yeah.
To ask you this question bluntly.
Yeah.
Doesn't this constitution say that you cannot proceed to any amendment while a portion of land is occupied by rebels?
Yes.
The case of now.
Yeah, it's constitutional.
Yes.
There is even an article, a provision of law. So when we have or when there are war or difficulties, normally speaking, they can't amend or change the constitution, because that will maybe, bring trouble in the policy or the system or the form of the state in the country.
Thank you. Mr. Kamenga,
yes.
Thank you very much for coming. What's your opinion? Do you share the same view with the lawyer, or you have a different view on that?
No, I'm not there to talk about what he's saying now, because I think we are among of the country, we are not serious ourselves. Because I was listening from the conference where the so-called professor for the university had last time on the 18th, but I was so disappointed to find that one of the constitutional professors saying that every 20 years, they must amend the constitution. That is really a ridiculous thing, because I'm not going to the overseas, I'm not going to America, I'm staying in Africa. If we can take like the South African constitution is since 1996, the Cameroon constitution is around 1996, the Ghanaian constitution was promulgated on the 1992, and the Senegalese constitution is around 2001. And never to those countries you're going to find that they're talking about amendment on the change of constitution, because things is working. The main problem we are facing into our country is just the political actor, they're serious themselves. I can't imagine that thing must be talking about the UDPS, because we were fighting together. We was always fighting for that constitution. And I think the Professor Mbata was saying every time, since he's there, this is the first time that country have a nice and a good constitution. The main problem is not the constitution. The main problem is the actor who's leading the country. Now, I think the main thing is now we are really in the hand of the mandate for the president. Now they are looking some excuse to be just to have a long time life for the presidency. And that is not a good thing, because I think the constitution, like you said yourself, on the 220 amendment is clear. Nobody, we got some amendment, we can never touch it. That's the thing who make that constitution exceptional, because always we are fighting about those legitimacy for the actor and everything. Today, our country is facing a war. And what is the reason for that war? Because the constitution is not applied regularly and correctly. I think we can't be that country today, 66 years since we are independent, but the way we are handling the country, we are looking like we are babies.
That means you, among the people who sustain that the leitmotif of willing of changing the constitution is to permit or to enable President Tshisekedi to continue ruling.
That is the thing. The problem is when we are in power, you start funding the money. You are thinking that today nobody is around and today everything belongs to you and nobody can come in. That is the main issue we are facing now in the country, because I think when the President Tshisekedi, I think in 2024, he was saying himself that when I can see the job description for a president is so high for me, and I think I will never continue to lead the country, I must go and rest. And after in 2 years for the finish of term, he's changing now the words. He's sending people to push. You know, I think last year before the collapse of Goma, what is the speech? Even the president was talking when he was in Lubumbashi. He was in I think in the north of what is the province, North Uwele, what he say about the constitution. I think we must be serious ourselves. Today, we don't have respect among our friends in Africa, because the way we are handling that country is like we still baby. We don't know exactly what we need.
Thank you. Mr. Taz, Mr. Kamenga says Congolese leaders do not respect themselves. The reason why they want to change the constitution is to enable President Felix Tshisekedi, the incumbent president, to continue ruling the country. Do you have a different opinion, or you have something special to say about this?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Isaac. From my take, I think I cannot talk about the change of constitution, because our constitution is 80% good, in my opinion, of course.
Like what?
We are going to get out.
Okay.
I think we need just to amend our constitution, but not to change it. And the main point that is coming up in news everybody month is just the presidential term. For people, their understanding by changing the constitution is to give more power or more term years to the president. No, but they are ignoring other subtitle of the.
No, some people say if they change the constitution in this context, in this moment, that will open a bridge to President Tshisekedi to continue leading the country.
Exactly. That's why
you share that view too.
No, I don't share that view, because
it's wrong.
I don't need to change the constitution.
No, they don't want to change it to allow President Tshisekedi to continue ruling.
This is the opposition. The opposition.
No, yes, opposition says
opposition.
so.
They are arguing that they don't want the president to change the constitution.
No. The opposition says the reason why people in the power in your sacre, they want to change the constitution to allow President Tshisekedi to continue ruling over 2028.
Exactly, this is what I say.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so, because this is what is going through people's mind. Changing the constitution just to give the president the long term. But I don't need to change the constitution. We must tell the people who are in the power that the current DRC situation, we need the amendment, not just to touch the presidential, term, to give him even 7 years.
According to you, amendment of what? Touching what, for example?
touching like we need to give more power in our provinces because our province economically, they don't have the full power, and to share the power with the prime minister because currently the president's leading or is taking all the power from the prime minister. The prime minister is just following what the president is saying, is not deciding. As our provinces also, they are not taking decision. All decisions come from Kinshasa, but we need the provinces to be, to be free, to have their own decision to make or to take, according in every single provinces.
But this trend is likely of those who support sustain the change of constitution to introduce federal system here. They say all are going to Kinshasa, then we need to give a chance to them to give full autonomy of provinces. That means you also federalism backer.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Because everything is taken from Kinshasa. We need the provinces to be, independent. By taking the decision, they are making economic, and maybe the province will grow.
Okay, I have to ask you the second question, but I want to start it with Mr. Dat. Critics argue that constitution has structural weakness. What exactly are the main criticism being raised against it? People who back up the constitutional change. What should it be changed in this constitution?
Yeah. If you allow me, I just want to.
Yes. It's a debate.
Yeah.
Yes.
First, I'm going to say that we're not living in the 19th century or 20th century. This is the 21st century. So things are changing, okay? And our law or our constitution that we have here is from, Westerners, chiefly from Belgium and France. It's the constitution that we're using here. And also the same professors that they are used to teaching, students, they only mention, okay, among, the titles of everything they teach, they mention what we call jurisprudence. So, we refer, or even, the doctrine, we refer to, to them chiefly because they have, professors, good professors.
But corrupted.
No, I'm talking about Westerners.
Okay.
Belgian,
but I'm afraid to affirm in our country professors are corrupted. I'm sorry.
The one who said that we must amend our constitution, okay, after a certain period of time, so I don't want to mention the name, but I can say, yeah, he's right, because it's the doctrine. Doctrine doesn't stay, unmovable. That should change. That evolve. It's even what they teach us at school or at university. That's the first point. And
at the university is a simple theory, but in practice, it's something else.
So I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, exactly.
So secondly, so I wanted to react, but that slipped my mind. So let me go straight to the point. So as you mentioned, the term of the president. So most of the time, people, our opponents, only think about, the term of the president. If today they decide to amend or to change the constitution, they will, add some years so that the president, leads longer. So I will say, yeah, it's a threat.
Yes.
It's a threat. Why? Because the one who is in charge of amending or changing the constitution is not the president, is, parliament members.
But we are in Africa. We know that all those parliamentarians, they are manipulated by the president.
They are manipulated by the president. If the president say, I want you to do this or that, they can do. So I think that the threat is we want, okay, a cycle, not only the same faces, okay? You are the president. After your term, you need to leave the place to other people.
Okay, Mr. Kamenga.
I think first, we don't say that we in Africa because in the same Africa, we saw two impeachment in South Africa. Thabo Mbeki was being impeached, and Zuma was also being impeached by the House of the Parliament. That is
But
not
we
the reason.
don't have the same system.
No, I'm saying
Yes.
we are in Africa.
Yes.
We in Africa, but Congo is one of the countries got its own problem. The main problem we are facing, like I was following what my brother was saying, we got a best constitution. The main problem is how to apply that constitution.
Best.
The best. I'm saying we got the best constitution. If that constitution was being applied, we couldn't even, the president was supposed to be just one of the symbols of the nation, but the main problem was supposed to be the province, because we got a unitary state, but with full centralization from the province. And if you can read that province, 40% from to the province. But Kinshasa is trying to do everything. Kinshasa is thinking that we're still there on that system, because that is the main problem. They don't apply the constitution, but they want to do what they think to do on their mind. Because today, you can see, I'm giving the example. We are here. I think since Felix in power, all the ministers, when they are making a trip to the country, they are just around Kolwezi, Lubumbashi, from the Lualaba province and Okatanga province, because you can't find them.
How? Are there money there?
Let me sing.
Yes.
You can't find them going here to Kenge, to the Congo province, or to the Kwilu, everywhere, because there is nothing. But in the constitution, we got a perequation, okay, where the richest province must put the money to help the poor province. And you can see today how Fifi Masuka is becoming like the man, the star.
Last time president called him my friend.
That's true. Because then we are talking money. Because today you can see, last Sunday we will see somebody that was presenting the cathedral, the way they built in Kolwezi. But when you can see who gave the money, the Lualaba province gave 40%. Fifi Masuka
But it's a mining province.
No, that's what I'm saying. Fifi Masuka get 45%. The family for Fifi Masuka give 30%. On all, is the same person who's playing with the money of the country. At that, in the meantime, here in Bandaka, people they are starving. In Congo, people they are starving because we got the government. They don't want to apply the constitution. That's what I'm saying. My brother says something that the federation, that is not the option, because we know it. The Congo faced that thing in around 1960. We saw it in Kasai, the secession of Katanga and everything. That is not help. When those the thing that we must have a unitary state, but with full centralization power in the province. That is what we must do. But the main problem is not the constitution who's making the problem, but the main problem is coming from the actor who must suppose to apply the constitution, who does want to make it in place.
Thank you, Mr. Tas.
Yes, I really like our father point, because as I said previously that our constitution, he really tell the term as is it, so it's better. Because me, I say it's good, but it's much better if I can, also precise that our constitution is much better on paper.
Okay.
Yes, it's much better on paper, but not on practice, because our leaders, they are violating the constitution. They just need to, to take all the power for themselves. And as our father said that, our provinces must be independent, because if in every province they are independent, you will see the provinces grow, because most of the economic, for example, Lualaba, they are making, I think, 60% of DRC economic, you understand? And every leaders who want this power, they are going to Lualaba. And to change this constitution, every people, they are in their mind, they are seeing just the president's term, but they are ignoring a lot of points in the constitution. For them,